shoe time. I got to do a little field trip today. These are my old running shoes, but got to go pick out a new pair. And I think a lot of people think about getting a new pair of running shoes if they're training for something, but not necessarily think about getting a new pair of running shoes if you're postpartum, if you haven't been running in a long time, but you're not quite ready to commit to the price tag yet. But I will tell you for sure when you should commit. These are my husband's shoes. He doesn't run in these. These are like his around the house thing. And if you look, they're like broken down inside. Like, throw these things out. I need to do that wife thing where you just like sneak your husband's stuff out of the house like you do with your kids, but you have to hide it. And then one day they're like, hey, where did it go? And you're like, I don't know. But anyway, if it's this bad, definitely throw it out. But the one thing I wanted to talk about is kind of like what to figure out to get. So I've been running in the Brooks Ghost 15, just about 500 miles. I was looking on my Garmin and we're right about that. And so I've got a bunch of races under my belt and this a bunch of training. And they're feeling a little less squishy, but these are the 15s. And of course the 16s came out and I was like, oh. And I don't know if you've ever fallen victim to that situation where you're like, oh, I'll just get the next version, and you order it online and you get it, and they're not even remotely close to being the same. So fortunately, we've got a lot of local running stores. We're very fortunate to have that here, but I know a lot of places you don't have a lot of choices. So I will run to like a local running store, a DSW or something like that, and just try it on and see if it is what I think it's going to be. Because usually the newer version is a little bit more expensive. So I tried on the Ghost 16, and as soon as I put it on, I'm like, you can definitely feel it's more cushion. And I think sometimes when you put on a new shoe, you realize actually that your old shoe, has had a little bit of wear. But moms never think to get new shoes in postpartum. Like the things that you forget are new shoes, sports bra. Like sports bra we kind of think of because we try and squeak into the old one and it totally doesn't work. Or you're trying to do like a nursing sports bra. And I'll have to do a review on this. Sunita sent me this one and I wish it actually weren't nursing because I would totally wear it. It's fantastic. But yeah, moms don't think about getting a new nursing sports bra, getting a running shoe that, again, make sure it's the right fit. I went up a half a size after both my kids. I also, since my kids have a neuroma, so I need to have my toes spread out just a little bit more. So I need a wider toe box. But the other things is if you're going to get that new pair of shoe, don't stray that far off whatever your last version that you were running in a lot. I saw somebody on a Facebook group the other day, and they were looking for something with a new shoe with a neuroma, and they were postpartum, and they were asking about Hoka, and a lot of people don't realize Hokas are actually really, really like, the heel drop is very small. It's actually a relatively flat shoe, even though they have all the cushion. And I know Brooks 16, they have a Max now, which I think is more that cushion in the front and more cushion in the back. But the heel drop is much different. I think it's like a 10 or 12 millimeter heel drop versus a Hoka, which is I think 4. So anyway, you don't want to make a big change there because you're going to be more likely to have risk of shin injuries and those sorts of things. So if you are postpartum, get a new shoe that's the right size. Get a new shoe that is relatively close to the last one that you ran in from a heel drop perspective, and do the postpartum return to run readiness screen. The nice thing now is so many women know about this. If you're looking for like a freebie version, if you go on my link in bio and just click there's a freebie version you can download there. It's really easy to do. Here's the thing with that too, whole separate conversation. You can pass the screen and still have injury issues or pelvic floor issues when you run. You can fail the screen and completely be asymptomatic when you run. So use it as a tool, not as a like holy grail, be all end all to return to run. But again, as you're thinking about these things and getting ready to run, whether it's 2 weeks postpartum, 6 weeks postpartum, 3 years postpartum, even if your kids are like my kids' age and you're like, I finally have a few brain cells to rub together, I want to run again, new shoes. Deserve it. Run right into the screen, new shoes, get a bra that fits and holds the girls back. And yeah, you'll just be in a much better situation. So, and new shoes make me smile. I don't know about you. I'm excited to take these out. All right, pop your questions for me as far as running shoes, postpartum, running bras, like any of that stuff. Pop in the DMs, happy to do that. And I will let you know, one, how my Ghost 16s go, and then two, if I somehow sneak my husband's nasty shoes out of the house. I'll let you know how that goes.